Hello and welcome to Cruising with the Mayor, our October edition. This is spooky season here in Somerville. How you doing today, Mr. Mayor?
I'm doing great, Chris. Good morning, Somerville.
Hey, so I told y'all in Good Morning Somerville today that we would be doing it. So we are out. It's raining a little bit. It's a little cold too, but this is what we do. I told y'all we would get this done, and we're sorry that it's on a Monday. We had some meetings and we were out of town on Friday as well. So we had to push it back a day, but it seems like y'all are all right with that. So, Mr. Mayor, let's dig into the meeting last week, all right?
Yes.
So, first of all, Kristen Price, who works in our engineering department, actually got recognized for her incredible work she has done at the town. And she's only been here for like 4 months.
Yes.
Do you want to talk a little bit about Kristen?
But I think it's just great to have someone who has recently been hired at the town, but is a difference maker already. She jumps in and takes on any task. She's a great communicator, and Bonnie Miley, our town engineer, wanted us to recognize her because she has jumped in and been such a positive contributor
Absolutely.
to the town of Somerville. So Kristen, congratulations, well deserved, and we thank you for what you do for the town.
Absolutely. You have been such a rock star. We are so lucky to have you. Thank you for everything you do for us and the community. Going further, we actually recognize Councilman Brown for his years of service. This last council meeting was his last.
Yes.
And so do you want to talk about Councilman Brown and all his hard work and years of service he's given to the town?
Yeah, what a legacy.
Yeah.
Councilman Brown has served on town council for 2 decades. And before that, he served the school board and was also on one of the governor's appointed committees. He has been a positive contributor to the town of Somerville. He's an example of what a legacy of selfless service to your community is.
Yeah.
And I was so proud to be able to stand beside him and recognize him for all of his hard work. He is not seeking re-election, and Council District 1 is certainly going to miss him. But I think we honored him. It was a standing ovation.
It
for
was.
him,
It was crazy.
and just great
Amazing.
to honor a man who's given so much to our town.
Yeah. Councilman Brown, if you're watching, thank you so much for everything you've done for the community, for the town as a whole. Your years of service will never be forgotten. And we hope that, and you've already told us, we'll see you around. He won't be a stranger. So I'm really excited to see the next steps in your life and your future as you go on to your next adventure and chapter, let's just say.
That's right.
I do want to switch gears a little bit and talk a little bit about the bond that we had. It was on the public safety building.
Yes.
I think, what was it? 47 million.
47 and a half.
47 and a half.
Is not to exceed
Yes.
bonded number.
Yes. So can we talk a little bit about that? There were some discussions that went on that topic as well. Do you just want to educate the folks what that all was about?
Yep.
I know the wording was long too. It was kind of confusing. And so could you just dumb it down for us as well?
Well, I don't know if I can dumb it down excellently. It was a lot going on, but I will say kudos to our town clerk, Beth, who read that out during the meeting. If you go back and watch that moment in the meeting, it was a lengthy description with a lot of legalese that makes it complicated.
I will say, sorry to interrupt, but I had to replace Beth for one meeting. It was a couple months ago. And my goodness, was it difficult. So Beth, thank you. All right, continue.
All right. Well, I'm sure if you have been following us, you have heard a lot about this municipal complex. It is going to serve as our police headquarters, fire station 1, and our municipal court. For over a decade, we have had multiple studies that have demonstrated that our needs far exceed what our capacity is currently.
Yeah.
We have police officers working out of closets. We don't have adequate technology lined up through our facilities, as well as evidence is not necessarily done the best way currently.
Yeah.
We also, our fire station 1, which is right downtown, it was built when female firefighters weren't really thought of. So,
Yep.
it's just, it's not adequate for the excellent public servants we have. Of course, municipal court has been out of the old municipal complex for a while because they grew out of it. And it's been an old town hall, and it doesn't create the best business-friendly environment for our citizens. So with that, these multiple studies have all pointed in one direction, that the most cost-effective way to accomplish our space needs, provide for what we have today, but also plan responsibly for the future, is to go ahead and construct one municipal complex that has been designed to fit on our existing footprint, so we didn't have to buy any additional property. It will have, of course, all of those components plus a parking garage to make sure that we have adequate parking for what those needs are. That estimated cost at this point in time is $60 million, okay? We have worked with our financial advisor, our bond attorney, our finance director, Rhonda Moore, and Scott Slatton, our town administrator, to really come up with a plan on, okay, this is what we need, and we know this is what we need. This is the most responsible way to move forward. How are we going to tackle that? And we even had a special public workshop where we went through the financing mechanism to make this happen. And we determined that some upfront capital can be utilized. We had some money from the TIF, the Midtown TIF, that could contribute. We had some other revenue in our general fund, but we were going to need to bond. And so the mechanism that we're using is almost like the establishment of a nonprofit third party that is going to issue the bonds on the town's behalf, and we are going to not to exceed $47.5 million. We are going to lease to own the building so that we don't use too much of our cash flow and revenue year over year, so we can still provide services to our citizens while paying off this facility. It's essentially just a lease to own situation. And so that's what the vote was. It passed with overwhelming support. I know there was a lot of discussion, but this is a big thing. And Chris, I'll tell you, what's interesting is each time this study has led us to this conclusion, the cost has been what Somerville has seen and said, ooh, this is big, okay? Well, it was about 25 million in 2017. Then it was 35 to 40 million when the study came back in 2019. And now here we are in 2025, just finishing the study last year in 2024. And the cost estimate was about $60 million. So why would we want to delay? We have a path, we have a plan, and council with overwhelming support recognizes that this is the most efficient and effective way to take care of these needs. And at the end of the day, if we don't take care of our public safety professionals, who's going to take care of our citizens? Sorry, that was long-winded.
No, I think that's what was needed. And so it's important because those are the men and women who put their lives on the line every day for the safety of our community. You see them all our events. They are always working, through the holidays, right? And these are our hardest, or one of our hardest working groups of individuals, are public safety. And you said it right. They have been working out of a facility that is not even close to what they need to be working out of, okay? You walk in there, I know Chief Wright will be happy to give you a tour. That you walk in there, you'll see it immediately, right? Not only that, Mayor said they're working out of closets, and that it's just, our public safety folks do not deserve that whatsoever. And I think it's making that, making that a priority. And, all these meetings, we've talked about this I remember Chief coming up and saying this, and some other folks saying this has always been kind of, it's a big jump. It's a big lump sum of money, right? So it's always kind of been pushed off. But at one point, it's just going to become unattainable.
Correct.
And so we're not at that point yet, but it doubled in 5 years?
Correct.
So if you push off for another 5 years, is it going to be over $120 million to do?
I sure hope not. That's why we're tackling it today.
And not only that, but this plan, and I hope y'all are getting involved in all the public meetings and watching every conversation that has been had on the public safety complex. But this is not built for now. It's built for now and the next 20 years.
Correct.
So this lump sum is not going to be something that we're going to have to pay again for
A long time.
Staying on the topic though, I do hear some folks who are concerned about the debt that the town would be in, right? I want you to dig into that, but I want to just start and say, we do have some incredible minds working financially on this. Do you want to dig into that a little bit more?
Yeah, so the way we're approaching this doesn't impact our bonding capacity because we're establishing that nonprofit entity to issue the bonds on our behalf and to lease it back. So from a bond capacity standpoint, this does not negatively affect our bonding capacity. So that's a positive. The payback plan, we have several funding streams that were identified to be able to pay off this lease so that we will own the facility without, really putting ourselves in a negative financial position.
Yeah.
And all of this was modeled, and I want to emphasize this, was modeled without any tax millage increase. We are not, as a part of this, issuing new taxes or raising taxes to model how we're going to pay this back.
Yep.
So I think it's a very responsible approach and an approach that prevents the loss of service while we do it and doesn't impact our bonding capacity, which will give us the opportunity, if needed, for the town to go into more debt. We have that opportunity.
Yeah. Well, that said, if anyone has any questions, concerns, or thoughts on it, as always, you can reach out to me, the mayor, your council person as well. We want to hear from you. So please, if you have questions or concerns, reach out. I do want to touch base a couple more topics, and then we can kind of get warmed up here a little bit. It's 60 degrees out, Mr. Mayor.
It feels good.
It's only going to get colder now for the next ones.
That's right.
We had the Wayfinder signage passed at this last meeting as well. Quickly, just discuss what that will look like for the town as a whole. It's kind of exciting.
It really is, and this is something that's been discussed for a very long time. Folks need to know how to get in and around our town if we want them to come to our restaurants, come to our business district, spend money in town, visit our parks, as you know, our municipal boundaries are highly irregular, and we go in and out of Dorchester County and into the town of Somerville in multiple areas. So we actually work together and coordinated with Dorchester County to make sure that a wayfinding program between both of us looks consistent, but also gives us a sense of pride and direction. We hope that it lifts our business community, helps our residents take more pride in our community, because we have so many things to be proud of.
For sure.
Yeah, so many things. So the wayfinding signs are going to look first class. It's going to brand kind of our town and certain districts within our town. So more to come on that, but be on the lookout. We approved it. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's exciting. You see some other municipalities in the area or in the upstate as well who have implemented these wayfinding signs, and it looks fantastic. It makes it easier to navigate our town, but also there's a nice little map that's going to be placed. So if you're lost, there's a map of all the restaurants and everything as well. So it's going to be really exciting.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I wanted to touch base, and I talked about it in my serious talk this morning on Good Morning Somerville.
Which was fantastic.
Thank you. Listen, we have an incredible community, and now that I have you in the golf cart, we had a really cool thing happen this past weekend.
Yeah.
The Somerville Italian Feast, which I also call Fest, so don't get mad at me for that. But it was postponed because of the weather. It's raining, and it just wouldn't have worked, right?
Yeah.
But all these vendors create thousands of dollars worth of food, desserts, you name it, to serve and provide to our community who come to the festival. Well, it was canceled, so that was not able to happen. Social media took a run, and our community went to all these businesses and bought out all their supply of everything that they created in a matter of maybe 15 minutes to an hour when they opened. incredible stuff happened. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
No, I think you hit the nail on the head. Our community is amazing.
Yeah.
People in our community care about one another, watch out for each other, and support each other. And it was demonstrated on Sunday. The Italian Feast is one of our premier events that everybody looks forward to.
I
But the
love it.
weather was just going to not make it successful.
Yeah.
And it's all intended to raise money for our DD2 school district. So to make it, they had to make that tough choice to postpone. But guess what? The business owners were concerned. They posted on social media, hey, we're going to open on Sunday. We have all this food we made. Please help us so we're not out financially, because we do all this to benefit the school district and benefit the community. And guess what? I posted on social media and committed, Jamie and I, we were going to go visit a couple places and get some food and dessert. And guess what? When we got out of church, they were sold out within an hour. It was amazing. So folks with these prepared meals sold out. All
It's
of these
crazy.
prepared desserts sold out.
Yeah.
So we roll after church into Tolucci's and grab a little dessert. But man, thank you for showing up for our town.
Absolutely.
It's just awesome. I think it's a testament to how great Somerville is. You hit the nail on the head. It is the greatest place in the country by far.
Absolutely. If there was any doubt, we just proved everyone wrong this past weekend. So Somerville, keep being you. You guys are awesome. That said, Mr. Mayor, anything else for the sake of the conversation?
No, enjoy this cooler weather, and we look forward to seeing you in November.
Yes, get the costumes out. We're excited to see what y'all do for Halloween. Enjoy it. Enjoy the holiday. And as we get into the holiday season, this is an exciting time of year. So
It is.
until next month, see y'all.
See ya.